Hello, and welcome to my desk. Well, I'm still doing the September challenge over from the Thrifty Apprentice. I'll link all the info below this video here. And today's prompt was fireplace. So I think if I can make one more prompt, I can catch up. Because the prompt that I'm supposed to have done today to be catched up is crystal. so I'm gonna be so cheerful if I can paint a crystal, and then I can go to bed knowing that, oh, I am caught up. I'm looking in the monitor. It looks like two different pages, so I think I'm just gonna sit and correct it a little bit while I talk about the palette that I have used for this. The palette that I use is this one up here. I'll show it in a moment. Just need to somehow color adjust. I'm looking at the monitor. Isn't it funny how I cannot see it when I'm sitting with my nose dive into the sketchbook? But as soon as I get it casted, whatever I'm making, as soon as I get it casted up against a monitor, I suddenly can see some things that I would love to have done differently. And here I think I need to take off some of the colors to make this take up more space here. Yeah, I think that helped a little bit. Okay, back to the palette, back to the watercolor. Well, it's not, I wanted to gloss over this pan right here, this palette, because it's a mixture of different things. First of all, it came in a pewter colored tin, so I have spray painted it, and then I have given it a checkerboard here, because then it's like a cute set to go with my art journal. Does it matter? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Having something that isn't like a delight for your eyes is just making it even more joyful to grab your set, you know. So that's actually why I spray painted this. What's inside, and it's been super fun to use this palette for what's in here in this book here, is first of all a $12 inexpensive set from a hobby store here in Denmark called Panduro, and this was lying next to one from the confection paints from American Craft. Is it called that? That cost about, I think it was like $24. Yeah, it was way more expensive, but it's something to do with, it's an overseas product sold in a Danish store, you know, so with shipping and tariffs and whatnot, the price is just getting so higher compared to what Americans, for instance, could go and grab a American Craft watercolor pan set for. So because it was lying next to that for half the price, I was thinking, oh, maybe Europe white labeled from the same company. So yes, I'm gonna try it out and see if it's the same paint that's in the American Craft pans. So I was really looking forward to swatch it out when I came home, and then I realized that it has nothing to do with the Mungyo styled pans that you can get with the confectionist palette, because this is and there were like 24 pans in this when I bought it, and I can still point them out, the ones that was in this, that came in this set here. When they wet, they become this gelatin consistent. Does it ring a bell? Very inexpensive watercolors can sometimes feel like you're painting with gelatin, and if you let the water sit too long in the pan, you can like almost feel like you're scooping up half the pan because it's dissolving completely. So I always make sure that the type of paint that transition into something gelatin kind of consistent leave them open, let them completely dry up, whether it takes all night, because I want to prevent mold in this. I dare not close it up when it's so wet, but because the binder, I don't know what it is, sucks water in so rapidly, it takes a long time for it to dry up. I want to gloss over this and not spend so much time showing me painting with this palette, because it's a mixture of different things now. We got Sleeping Beauty from Daniel Smith, and this and that one is from a Van Gogh palette. Remember I said that it's very difficult to completely use up a pan set, because if you're gonna one by one empty out your pans, you will end up painting monochromatic drawings in the end. So what I usually do is that when I've emptied out a lot of colors, and in this case there was like this and this left from a Van Gogh pocket set, I just took out those two colors, and then the whole pocket set was used up. So these two are survivors from Van Gogh. This is a gouache. This is Royal Talons, this is Sennelier, and I think actually this is Daniel Smith color. So I kind of messed up the original layout of this palette here with what's inside and also the color, and so that's why I just wanted to gloss over this palette here and not filming so much about it. But the gelatin consistent is a difficult paint to do color blocking with in washes, because it wants to separate and it wants to show your brush strokes. So just keep that in mind if you're bumping into such a paint. So I mainly have used it on super rough watercolor paper, like this. That's like got some texture that sort of can help you keep the pigment somewhat controlled. This is a mix of rub-ons and some hand-drawn things, mostly just collaged stuff. It's just a lot of strange things. This is definitely not that palette. This is a different kind of paint. Yeah, so, but I really enjoy the look of that yellow palette, and I actually think it's still fun to paint with the lesser gelatinous style paint. So as you can see, I have actually used it, so it's still a nice tool. Okay, crystal. Of course, I'm thinking about amethyst. So I was looking at my Pagos palette, because I know there is some yummy lavender, purplish pans in this. I think I want to use Pagos for the next prompt. Amethyst stone, and then I want to sketch out with the thin micron pens, otherwise I'm gonna completely lose my bearings if I have to like freestyle the shape of an amethyst. So, oh my god, this is inexpensive sketchbook from Amazon, came like this, and I feel like it's falling apart a little bit, but it's maybe just the way the signatures are bent. But I suddenly, for the first time, feel that I need to be careful flipping the pages, because it feels like it wants to separate completely. But sketching these crystals takes an awful lot of time, and it's basically, the way I view it, a bunch of geometric shapes where I easily can lose my bearings, and I want to try and make a good sketch so I can give myself a more relaxed painting session. so I don't have to reinvent every single crystal that I'm getting near. You know what I mean? Like if you're freestyling a crystal and you want all the facets to sort of be a part of your sketch, then suddenly you can just get lost. It's, in a way, it's a little bit like petals on a rose, that if you don't have a good idea of how your petals are gonna look in the finished project, you can very easily get super lost. So I think that a bunch of sketch lines will be a nice thing. But look how I'm basically just making a lot of geometric shapes, and some of them are showing multiple sides to get that illusion of crystal. So, oh my god, you can't even tell because the light of the camera. Okay, I think sketching with such a fine line work is not so great while I'm recording. So how about I just stop the recording here, sketch off camera, and then turn on the camera when I need to apply the color. So I did my sketch in ink. Looks like some sort of metropole with skyscrapers. Okay, before I start, I just want to swatch out some of these purples to see what I can get. What do I have in my palette? That's a nice pink right there. Okay, it didn't do much. Let's try and add in some blue. Didn't do much. More of the pink maybe. Maybe if I try and do a mix with the Prussian. I'm not sure what I'm searching for. I think basically I'm just searching for a different kind of purple that's not pre-done in these pans here. No. You know what? I'm not gonna bash on inexpensive watercolors, but sometimes it seems like when you start mixing, you keep getting the same mixes that's already panned out for you, and then you realize that maybe you don't have so many different watercolors. Maybe it's just these pans mixed together with one another. Oh, here we go. Now we're getting something that's different. Can you see I took this? And then I took a red color. And then if we can make it a little bit pinkish, maybe with, oh, I don't know, this pink maybe. Yeah, what I'm searching for is that I actually do want some sort of a pinkish hue to be peeking out through all the lavender, because I need some sort of highlight in these stones here. And the highlight, I was thinking, could be either the white of the paper or letting a pink hue stand out from the purple, if it makes sense. Okay, that was, oh, what's that word? That was an interesting mix. Okay, let me try and get something crazy in there, like this color here. Oh, it's such a thirsty color. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this. Okay, I'm gonna leave that on my palette. I like that. It's like a dark aubergine. Okay, so let me try and work a little bit with the whole idea of getting some light pinks down first. I'm just gonna pick one crystal at a time, and then with wet water I'm just gonna let the watercolor run in these compartments to see what I get, and then dab in some colors. I'm hoping that Pagos will let me sit and relax, because it might want to paint itself. You know what I mean? Like, like less brushstrokes from me, please, so that it becomes more organic somehow. This could be like super light. Just a dab of this. But that facet right here could actually be maybe this color here. So I think I'm gonna just move around on these crystals here. Totally aiming for a lavender look in the end, but so far I think I'm gonna be pleased if I can have some of the pink to peek through. The question is just where, right? Let me see. Yeah, I wanted to record this earlier today, but I sort of got caught up in other things. And suddenly time flew. And then I was thinking, no. Before I go to bed, I want to try how it feels to go to bed knowing that I am sort of caught up in this challenge. Also because I'm posting over on Instagram. So I think it must be likable for the thrifty apprentice that I am caught up, you know, so he can see that I am really working on his challenge. I'm not just doing it sporadically. So it's becoming more and more clear when my posts are mixed with other people's posts how behind I was. So yeah, it's just a personal preference that I kind of like being on the same prompt as people who are posting, because it is fun to see what other people has created, you know. So I watch other people's posts excited every morning, like how did people interpret it, the different prompts. I think it's fun. Okay, I kind of like maybe to have these areas in a pinkish tone. So maybe I should concentrate on the purple color. I just feel that I need one more. This one could definitely be this color here. Yeah, the more that I paint myself into a corner with this, I predict that the more I need to have a built-in drying session. So let's see how far I can go right now without having to give the paper a break. I'm painting with a round brush. Doesn't have like a super pointy tip, but it kind of helps the tip size on this brush. This is the size of it. Yeah, I think now will be a good time to let the page rest a little bit, so I can sit and mix up more on my palette, because I'm running out of that batch right there. So let's see what comes in this set here originally. We have this one here. Let's try and mix it into this. That's a nice one. I like that it's like a step out. So you're constantly like just adding to your mixes here. This should also be a lavender. Ooh, it's super dark. Maybe that would actually come in handy. They don't have like a super dark lavender, almost like leaning black. Let me, just for fun, I'm just sitting here playing, see if I can mix like a really nice one here. Let me try and just add in a little bit of black, just for fun. Yeah, that could be like a nice shading color. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry up a little bit before I continue. Okay, so it has dried up. So now I don't think that I can bump into an area where the color is gonna bleed into that geometric shape. So, but yeah, I think I wanna add in just a strange color, like something how to explain what it is. Some peachy, something to just break up, so it doesn't become all purple. I can barely speak. My head is really being annoyed by this rogue fly that suddenly is flying around in my room. I had to open the door to let the cat out, and then in came this fly. And it's distracting me. Okay, I'm gonna whisk out so we get soft edges, no hard edges on this one. Okay, I think I'm ready to plot in the color, and it's gonna be like this. Yeah, I like the consistency of it. Okay, before I start, look at my rinsing jar. It is so yummy. It's like completely lavender. It looks so like a drink, you know. Okay, we're gonna sit and block in each shape and then drop in. Oh my god, that was too much. I don't really have a plan. I haven't really painted crystals, so it's not like something where I sort of got some muscle memory about how to do it and know exactly what I want the finished result to look like. So this is why it's such a fun thing to do these art challenge prompt things, because you bump into prompts that I don't think I would have picked myself. So it makes me paint something completely different, and I think that's super likable. Letting someone else sort of decide what you're gonna be creating. So that's why I love stuff like watercolor month and these challenges here. That was really dark. Maybe it wasn't that bad. Let's try and start up really dark here too. Kinda liked it. And then maybe let it glide up with this color here. Yeah, I'm completely forgetting to speak. What's running in my head right now is that OMG, I would have loved to be doing this drill here with granulating watercolors. That could be so fun. Because it's lavender, you can completely utilize the granular component of an ultramarine to mix up your own lilacs. So if you don't have granulating lilac colors in your collection, you can mix them yourself by using a granular blue. This is fun. This is fun. Like this one could be dark. I don't even know the rhyme of and reason of putting where to put dark purple and where to go lighter. So I'm just trying to think about what's in the center of this cluster, and that could maybe be in a dark purple. Yeah, it's getting more and more purplish. This is a nice color. Oops. But yeah, can you see that I easily forget where I have painted in and therefore got a wet area? So I need to be a little bit mindful soon to get in a drying session. But so far I'm really having fun. This one could be a little bit darker. I think I should end it off with some white line work from a pen to make some really sharp highlights. It may look a little bit cartoonish then, but I think it's okay. I think it can take it. Oh, that was like really wet right there. Let me suck some of that up. I think I got a little bit hard line right there. But yeah, thanks for all the people who think it's time well spent to watch me sit and paint these paintings here. I really appreciate that you are here. Even though this is just a recorded. I wanted to come on live more often with the last prompts in this challenge here, so I'll pull myself together and then try and make time to come on doing more live streams. Ooh, this is such a nice purple. Okay, I'm definitely gonna step away from the page soon and give it that drawing time I'm keep talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna turn off the camera just a second. Okay, it's sort of dried up and it feels like don't get me wrong, but it feels so sectionated, you know, like a crazy quilt. So I'm gonna take a decision that I might regret. Okay, listen, I'm gonna miss everything and then I'm gonna try and make a wash. Oh shoot. Okay, now everything is wet, right? And then I'm gonna try and just glaze over some areas to get some of these effects that watercolor sometimes can do, where you sort of just accept wherever this glaze lands is where it lands, like no regrets, right? Just to lift myself off that very sectionated crazy quilt look that I sort of have built up. So I'm hoping that this quick glaze here will help me make it a little bit more organic looking. And then while I have that glaze, I think I also should get in some value, some dark value, which scares me a little bit. But I honestly feel that I should try and blot in some strong colors in the center of everything so that it looks like it's sort of emerging out of a cluster and not just being placed by me, if you know what I mean. So let's try. It's a little bit scary because everything is super wet, so I don't necessarily know how. Is this dark color gonna wander off the page, or what is it gonna do? So far I am okay with what I see. But it is taking a risk, I know. I know. But like I said, I'm not really used to painting these shapes of crystals, so I don't have like a natural idea of where I would place highlights and stuff. So I don't really have an intuition where I kind of feel that of course you should lay a color down here, here, and here, you know. So by making this crazy move here where I'm just wetting the whole page, I might create something different. Okay, we're gonna let that dry up. We're gonna let that dry up and see what it looks like. Okay, I just grabbed some gouache because I feel I just laid in some dark values, so now could be a good time to try and put in some of the highlights and then start pushing it back and forth, you know. Oh man, it's gonna look so artificial. It's a chance we take. That was like very weak. I'm still just hoping that I am putting it down in places that make sense, but I have to confess I'm not quite sure. Oh, I like that dragged line work, you know, where you kind of drag down the brush. More of that, maybe over here. Yeah, I am completely holding my breath, like that's gonna help me. So I'm also like super quiet, I'm sorry. Yeah, I like that dragged brush look. Let's see if I can get it one more time. Just gonna practice here, like something. Just drag the. Yeah, it's getting closer to something. Definitely was worth it to pull out that highlight to move on with this drawing here. It's always a good idea, you know, when you put in your dark colors, put in some of your light colors, and then you can actually sit with the mid-tone and push it until something inside of you is saying, I think I'm done. Yeah, sorry for being so quiet, but this is yeah, this is what I freaking love about our hobby. Like, you get pushed into deep water, into something unfamiliar. So I can completely feel that I am enjoying this immensely. Like, it's fun. It's fun to do something that you're not used to do. Yeah, I wonder how much more highlight I can put down. Maybe right here. Maybe I should put away the gouache for just a second. I wish that I had drawn in more facets, like more tiny small triangle shapes in the middle of the crystal, so that I could give myself some fun highlights. Like this triangle here could be white, for instance. But I think hopefully I will remember that to the next time that I want to paint a crystal. Okay, what about the background? Maybe the white will pop more if I worked on a background. So let me pick some sort of background color. I think I will try with a complementary color to the purple to see if the crystal will pop. I definitely feel that I need a background color to make the white highlight pop more. So I'm trying also to not go in some areas, not go too close to the crystal, so the white of the paper may give me an extra highlight on the tip. But definitely I think having a colored background could make this pop more. So let's just give it a go. I was thinking about, should I pick like a super dark color like black, for instance? It could be like really nice, but we're gonna try with the color theory about complementary colors enhances. Oh shoot, I forgot that this paper really likes to dry up in super hard edges. So I think I'm gonna need to wet my end strokes here. Okay, see on this one here, I think on the tip of the crystal, I should not paint that tip in, so that I can get this fake highlight. Something like this. Ooh, this is I have to do it so slowly because otherwise I think I will slip with the brush and then suddenly whoosh, I will hit into the crystal. So not a good day if you have consumed a lot of coffee before you do this background painting. And how should this background color end? Should I just carry it out in a very weak ending? Decisions. I think I'm just gonna weaken out the wash as I go. So let me just take care of this page first and then take one page at a time. Okay, more. I'm gonna flip the page. Oh my God, I can hardly breathe. I can hardly breathe. Isn't it crazy? There's just something really unlikable about needing a sturdy hand to paint around things. It's a little bit stressful, you know. So thanks God that now this half of the drawing is now blocked into the background color. Now we've got like one page more. It's a little bit patchy. I kind of think it's okay. Okay, the next page here. I think I'm gonna take care of that whisked out color before I begin with the more saturated near the crystal. Oh my God, I'm such a pig with this yellow. Okay, here we go. Guys, we're getting there. We're getting there. Oh my God, I can't even. I feel I have a blunt tip on my watercolor brush. You know, it's like a little bit wonky, so it's a little bit worn down, my tip. It's a brush that came with the Pretty Excellent palette, so it has actually held up quite a bit. Torture from my hand. I really love that watercolor palette. I think I ordered it in December last year. I remember painting with it in January this year. A very likable paint from Mi Liang. Yeah, definitely look how the background is gonna help here, you know, to block in the shape of the crystal. I know you're probably thinking like, oh, it could be so cool to pick out some shimmery paint, but I think I want to do this without the bling bling shimmer, because sometimes it can reflect grayish when I take the reference picture for Instagram. And very often the shimmer never really shows up anyway on the reference picture, so I just kind of feel that maybe I should try and paint this without the bling 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 palette. Yeah, look how I'm abusing my brush. This is what gives you a very worn down tool. I'm definitely not the how-to painter, you know what I mean? Like, I got a lot of nasty habits. Oh, come on. This is the last part here. Okay, guys, I think we are through the background covering. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I got the background in. I feel so happy about that. Okay, let's get in some ground shading down here. I want to just try and pick a black color. And then just sporadically plot it in. I'm not even sure how the light is going to be yet. Maybe yeah, it could have been smart if I had, before I started this, that I got some sort of idea of from where the light should have come, because this definitely calls for figure-shaped shadow lines. Oh my god, look at them, so wonky. Like I don't want to whisk it out into a blurry line. I think it's nice to have it shaped after the crystal. This one is not casting anything. But I'm also thinking that maybe I should not use so much shading, because I feel it's a little bit difficult to place it. So I think I'm just gonna stop there with the shading. Okay, now I got the black on my brush. I think I can enhance some of the depth, darkness here and there. Oh, that was stupid. Now I'm touching the shadow. Okay, guys, I feel I am about to be finished with this. What do you say? This was such fun. This was different and fun. I think it was so likable to, for once, paint something new. Yeah, maybe a little bit dark color. Now I'm just fiddling. I think about grabbing my colored pencils. That's how much I'm into this sketch here. But I think I'm just gonna leave it so it's like mostly watercolor, because I am a watercolor girl, so I'm just gonna leave it. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I like it. I think it came out decent. It was sort of in the direction what I wanted to paint, so I'm happy about that. I'm sorry for my light source. I'm painting this during the evening, so I don't have a lot of great, awesome light. But I think I'm gonna at least take a picture of this and put up on my Instagram, so you can get a chance to see how this actually will look in daylight. Because I can see on my monitor that things are not the quite the correct color as I view them. But thank you for watching along. I had fun. I hope you had fun too. So see you soon. Bye bye.